I don't need to yell, I can use this. I want to be respectful of everybody's time. We do have one bill to be heard, Senator Benson's bill. She's not here yet, but we have 4 bills on the voting list, so would everybody be comfortable doing voting first and then when Senator Benson shows up, just to get everybody time? Okay. Jane, I think we're ready to roll. Well, you should have yes, it should be on your agenda on the front. Does everybody have an agenda? Does everybody have a packet on their desk?
I have a packet.
I just have testimony.
I have testimony.
Okay, hold on.
I have this.
All right, everybody, we're not live yet, so we have time to get it together. Oh, we are live. Okay. As soon as I hit the mic, I'm live? Is that how it works? Oh, okay. That is good to know. Now, does everybody have the agenda? It should have 1 bill being heard and the 4 bills being voted on. Okay. So with that, since we're live, good morning to the hundreds of people who are watching pensions this early in the morning. This may be our last pension subcommittee meeting of the session, to be determined. To be determined. We are here to hear Senator Benson, Senate Bill 954, but until she gets here, I would like to take up a discussion of the bills you have on your desk, Senate Bill 231, 346, 417, and 801. So, Philip? Senate Bill 231, Correctional Officers Retirement System, Senator Jackson.
Jane. Senate Bill 231, this is a bill that would move members of the employees system working in certain Department of Juvenile Services positions into the correctional officer system. It's similar or almost identical in structure to prior bills you've done over the last few years. There is an amendment at your desk. As you recall, at the hearing, there was an error in the drafting, and so the positions that were meant to be moved from juvenile services to cores are in that amendment you have on your desk. This would be the case manager positions in juvenile services being moved into cores. The testimony was that they're basically the juvenile services corollary of the parole and probation function from public safety. So effectively the bill, as of July 1st, these positions would be moved into cores. Employees with service not before 2008, their service would automatically combine because it would only be to their advantage. That's consistent with prior bills. And then anyone before that would have the ability to transfer their employee service and combine it with their core service. And you should have the amendment and reprint on your desk.
Okay. Thank you, Philip. And this and the next bill are in front of the work group on public safety, but because of our kind of running up against crossover, we wanted to, if this subcommittee felt like we could move it to full committee, wait for the work group's determination, and then decide in full committee, just to flag for everybody it is in the work group. Senator McCray, did you have a question?
Favorable.
Okay. All those in favor of the amendment? Opposed? Okay. Is there a motion?
Second.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Okay. Got 1. Congratulations, Senator Jackson. Okay. Senate Bill 346, State Police Retirement System Deferred Retirement Option Program Alterations. Senator Jackson, the DROP program, and I have to say, thanks to the wonderful Ann Gothrop, I know more about DROP than I ever thought I would.
Thank you, Senator. Senate Bill 346 is introduced, would extend the period that a member of the state police retirement system could be in the DROP program for an additional 2 years, so ups it from 5 years to 7 years. You also have an amendment at your desk from the bill sponsor, which would also make the same change to the law enforcement officers pension system, extending their DROP period from 5 to 7 years. The bills also have provisions that would allow somebody who's currently in drop to get in touch with the system to extend their current period.
So that would keep tension.
Jane. Senator Eckert.
Thank you. So that gives us more opportunity to have law enforcement stay around.
Correct. The condition of drop is that you're
Right.
continuing the employment. So when you separate the employment, you're out of drop. If you want to stay in drop, you
You
need to
can come back.
stay employed.
Thank you.
Senator Jackson?
Move the amendment.
Second.
Okay. All in favor of the amendment? Any opposed? Okay.
Move the bill as amended.
All in favor of moving Senate Bill 346 as amended? Any opposed? Okay. Congratulations, Senator Jackson, 2 for 2. And let's hope, we believe that'll help with our retention. Senator Benson,
Morning.
good morning. Welcome to pensions.
Thank you very much.
Yes, we're just working through some other bills, but please come and we can hear Senate Bill 954 if you're ready.
You all ready for me?
Yes, ma'am.
That's unusual. Most people are not ready for me.
All right, this is Senator Benson presenting Senate Bill 954, State Retirement and Pension System Investment Committee, Use of Minority Business Enterprises, Diversity Among Asset Managers Act of 2022. Senator Benson.
Good morning, everybody. To Madam Chair and members of this committee. I'm here to present Senate Bill 954, State Retirement and Pension System Investment Committee, Use of Minority Business Enterprises, Diversity Among Asset Managers Act 2022. This bill, as it currently stands, would require the Investment Committee of the State Retirement Agency to use minority business enterprises to provide at least 20% of the brokerage and investment management services to the Board of Trustees for the State Retirement and Pension System, and to manage at least 20% of the assets of the several systems, and requiring the Investment Committee to assess the use of minority business enterprises beginning July the 1st, 2022, and each fiscal year thereafter. This bill allows for businesses run by minorities and women to have equitable opportunities to participate in this industry. Nationally, we have had a reckoning with racial inequality, and as a society, we are reviewing how we can make sure America reach its promise in our education system, in housing, in healthcare, and yes, in the financial sector. The motivation of this bill is to encourage the SRA to set and meet a realistic goal to expand opportunities to leverage minority and women-owned businesses in managing our retirees' money. A wealth of research makes clear that diverse managers perform similarly to or better than their peers. The National Association of Investment Companies, for example, has produced multiple studies showing that diverse managers outperform benchmarks. And a 2020 analysis by Bloomberg revealed that over 3 years, hedge funds run by minority groups or women have returned almost double those of funds run by their white male counterparts. If we are not fully networking with diverse managers and using their talents, we are missing out on performance. In order to set appropriate race-specific goal, we must conduct a disparity study to determine whether and to what degree businesses run by minority groups are disproportionately underutilized compared to non-white groups. There are 4 segments of the asset management industry: mutual aid, hedge funds, private equity funds, and real estate funds. But a report by the John S. and James L. Knight Foundation found that women and minority-owned firms only made up between 3 and 9%, of which only 1 in 5% is controlled under asset management. Too bad. The bill will require A, investment committees to use minority-owned businesses to provide at least 20% of the brokerage, Board of Trustees and Pension System to manage, this is B, Board of Trustees and Pension System to manage at least 20% of the assets. And C, the Investment Committee to assess the use of minority businesses every year starting July the 1st, 2022. I know that this bill will require certain amendments, and we have been working with the State Retirement Agency, Department of Legislative Services, and the Attorney General's Office to get this done right. But I remain committed to promoting businesses from underrepresented communities to take part in this industry. I want to thank the State Retirement Agency for their continued work in addressing this issue and for their efforts so far in promoting diversity. I look forward to working with them on further developing diversity in this field and completing the work that remains outstanding. Please allow Maryland to be the next state to help support local and women-owned businesses. And for these reasons, I urge a favorable vote on Senate Bill 954.
Thank you very much, Senator. Any questions? Senators, do we have amendments drafted, or are they being prepared?
Yes,
Okay, wonderful.
all right.
All right, seeing no
And we'll
questions.
get those to you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, and thank you all. You all have a wonderful day.
Okay, thank you,
And I'll
Senator.
see you in a few minutes.
Okay,
No, in a little bit.
a little bit. Okay. That concludes the hearing on Senate Bill 954. We'll get back to our discussion list. Next is Senate Bill 417, State Employee and Retiree Health and Welfare Benefits Program, Eligibility for Enrollment and Participation, Independent Agency Health Insurance Option Act. This is a Senator Feldman bill. Philip?
Senate Bill 417 would authorize the participation in the State Health and Welfare Benefits Program for Marbidco, the Maryland Clean Energy Center, and the Bainbridge Development Corporation as satellite agencies. They would be required to pay the total cost resulting from the participation of their employees in the program. And the bill also has uncodified language that would require Department of Budget and Management to determine whether these entities are eligible to enroll in the state plan pursuant to federal rules. There is one amendment. As introduced, the bill only gave DBM 30 days to make that determination. The amendment extends that to a 60-day window for DBM to make that determination.
Senator Jackson.
Yes, ma'am, Madam Chair. Philip, thank you for the backdrop. Look, I have a concern with the Bain. I understand the concept. I believe in the concept, but I have a concern with the Bainbridge Development Corp. They are here for a specific finite project. You know, Marbidco and the Energy Corp folks, we've seen them. As a matter of fact, there were just some other awards for them. I just have a concern with Bainbridge Development being a part of this.
Okay. Is that a concern you'd like to think about, or would you like to strike?
I'd actually like to strike them.
Okay. I'm gonna, Senator McCray.
I think that I just wanted to say, like, I get the concept of everybody having a pension, but that was concerning when I remember that hearing. Did DBM submit, like, I was looking at my committee testimony, the only thing I see is from Senator Feldman. Did DBM, like, submit anything for this?
Let me check on that. I believe,
I thought they did too,
Yeah.
but I can't find anything on
Yeah.
my computer.
let me see if I can find that. DBM, I believe, asked for the 60-day amendment.
That was the DBM, yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll find that. Senator Rosebud?
Yeah, Senator Jackson, what is your concern about extending the Bainbridge?
No, the other one.
What is your concern about extending it, coverage to the Bainbridge folks?
Well, it's because it looks like a finite, I asked I'm sorry.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're on.
So I've seen the history of Marbidco, and, you know, in my 8 years here, I've seen the energy corporation's work, and I understand the work that Bainbridge has brought in to clean up that area up there in Cecil County, and now they're working on an economic development project there, and then that's pretty much it. I think that I mean, I was hoping that the executive director or whomever the person was would have said that, you know, we would then be seeking other opportunities, as Marbitco and MCEC does, but it's like, once that project is done, we're done. So,
I mean,
and there's 2 employees, and they're working for, you know, right now, I think it's been, switched over to a developer, and, I just have a concern with us extending that to someone who I don't know if they're doing state work.
I'm not that familiar with it. I mean, I know a little bit about it. I mean, but it is a public undertaking. They have a developer, but that's my understanding, that it's a public, essentially a public entity. And on the length of time, I don't know how long they're gonna have to oversee it for, I think for a long period of time. My general experience with developments like that is easy to be like decades. Or maybe I'm wrong, though. Is this like a 2 or 3 year project and one and done? I just don't know.
I believe they said they've been in
Yeah,
place
they
since.
said they were established in 1999. And then, just to clarify, this would be for active health benefits. So when they wrap up,
Oh,
they.
right, good point.
They wouldn't be participating anymore, because if they wrap up and shut down, there wouldn't be any employees.
Senator Eckert?
If I could just say, I mean, we've participated in that since I've been elected. I mean, that was a major initiative from both all of the elected officials up in that area. We've done a site visit when I was on appropriations or economic matters years ago to that site to be able to get it cleaned up and then to be able, isn't the tomb school in that whole complex?
Yes.
And that is such wonderful historic initiative up there that it's actually languished. I do believe it was a former delegate, Mary Delaney James's project years ago, and it's taking them a long time to get going. So I didn't see the issue with them as well, because I think we have a lot of economic development initiatives around the state that have taken a lot longer than anticipated and have continued.
Yes, and I don't, and my concern is not the project. I think my concern probably arose when it was mentioned that once that, I mean, I know you bid on other projects or you seek grants on other projects, and to me, it seemed like a finite project. When they were done, Bainbridge moves on somewhere else. And look, as a former trustee of the pension system, I'm just a little, you know, careful. And I understand some of the other agencies that have participated in the program. To me, this is transferred over to the development component of it now, and you know, I'm open for convincing, but
This is a healthy discussion.
yeah. for
Senator
right now,
McCray?
I'm not for it.
I asked a couple questions during this hearing to be able to better understand what this Bainbridge, like, we got these things that pop up all the time. In my area, I got EBDI. And Senator Hayes just created the North Avenue Development Authority. Like, we have these things, so I don't know how many of these organizations exist in our current pension system, but when I heard 2 people, I heard that they getting grants to do their funding, that I guess the project has been prolonged for a certain period of time, and it wasn't a clear understanding of like, when does it distinguish or things of that nature. I couldn't understand how this was similar to like Marbitco or the other ones, and I was trying my best to dig that through the hearing, but like, that's me coming in next year and saying, hey, I want the 5 employees for EBDI to fall under the pension system of the state. I don't know.
Okay, Philip?
So just to be clear, this is not for participation in the pension system. This is just health benefits.
Like, it's similar, it's like outside of wages, but I
Right.
get what you're saying. I
Yeah,
get what you're saying.
there's a separate process to become a participating governmental unit, which involves going through a process that's established in law for the system. This is just health for the active employees.
Okay. Senator Rosepat?
Yeah, I mean, I could be convinced too, but it just seems to me it's just health insurance, so if they're here for 2 years, it's health insurance. If they're here for 10 years, it's health insurance, number one. Number two, or three things. Number two is, I want more people to have health insurance, and I want more people to have better health insurance. I'm for single payer. So, I mean, I want people to have health insurance. And we have a capacity and a structure to do that. And if there's no reason to believe it would have a detrimental effect on the health insurance for people who are already in the plan, I can't understand why we wouldn't want 2 more people to have good health insurance.
That's the uncodified language for DBM to verify that they'd be eligible to participate. Because it is a government health plan, so that's.
Right, well, there's eligibility, I apologize, I didn't understand the first thing. They should check it out, eligibility, but I'm just saying, unless there's some reason to believe it's somehow gonna undermine the plan to the detriment of the current participants, of which I guess all of us are in it, or at least I think I'm in it. It seems to be upside and no downside.
Okay. I'm going to have Senator Griffith weigh in here.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just to follow up on that, I guess I wanted to follow up on Senator McCrae's question. I don't have a sense of the universe of potential entities that would want to participate in the state's health plan. And then also, I guess I would think about, would nonprofits then be eligible? And who is paying the employer cost?
The entity.
In each of these instances, they're paying
Yeah.
the employer cost. So
Right.
I guess my question would be, are we prepared to consider that there are other entities that may not have the same negotiated plans that we do that might like to join if we are to advance this forward? So that would be my.
So in state code, state personnel and pensions, Title II, Subtitle V, there are a number of statutory provisions dealing with access for, I guess, what you would consider satellite, like a quasi-governmental nonprofit entities. So there are already, and the next bill we'll talk about, there are dealing with some of those too.
Where is that?
Title II, Subtitle V, starting 2512, and subsequent provisions after that.
We don't have it in front of us, right. Okay, this has gotten a lot of discussion. I think it's great because it is a new concept here, particularly with Bainbridge. I think I get the sense we're all very comfortable with Marbidco, but Bainbridge is kind of precedent setting. All right, Senator Corderman, I just want to make sure he weighs in.
Thank you. Quick question, and I'm not very familiar with Bainbridge, so I appreciate the discussion here. It looks like most of this is in Cecil County. Is that correct? Is there anything that precludes them from being on the Cecil County benefits? Being it seems like there's a concern here of opening the door, then you have other people follow. I mean, is there any conversation on that of
I don't know
why
about
they
that.
could not be a part
Yeah,
of?
that would be a separate
Conversation.
conversation between them and Cecil.
Okay, so I didn't know if that conversation had occurred already or had not occurred, and there was a reason why they couldn't do that and why they're coming to here, so.
I don't have any information on that now.
All right, thank you.
It's a good point. Senator Eckerd.
Thank you very much. It is, I think it's a slippery slope. And I think there are pros and cons. And the reason I say that is that at one time, we did not provide any health benefits through the state for any of our governmental entities. And then our units of government got into it. And then I had a request from our Board of Ed saying, should Board of Ed members have health insurance through the state? And so it is provocative. I think we do need to think it through. I think we do need to look at all the possibilities out there because I'm telling you, it's a liability to the entity because they have to pay the cost. So just keep that in mind, that is a cost that is being put by that agency, depending on how long they're going to do that. And then they may look back and say, whoa, we didn't realize this was going to incur all these costs when people take advantage of it. I mean, it's a good thing to have health coverage, but you have to be careful what you wish for sometimes.
Healthy discussion. Senator Jackson.
Madam Chair, I am good with Morbico and MCEC, but I would certainly like to delve more into the Bainbridge Development Corp. Whatever that means, if that means we're holding or if we are taking them out, it's either or, but, you know, I'm one vote, but I am, right now, I'm not ready to vote for this with that entity in it, so.
Okay, so hearing Senator Jackson's concerns, Senator Jackson, would you like to propose an amendment?
Yes.
Sorry, I can't see.
I'd take some counsel.
I wonder, I think Senator Corderman raised one possible option. I wonder if we might hold so we can explore
We can do that.
options and kind of work through this before we amend the bill and move it forward
Okay.
or something.
Okay, we can hold the bill. Senator Cordman, would you like to talk to folks in Cecil County? Be careful what you ask for, so. All right, we will hold Senate Bill 417, and we will discuss this further, the Bainbridge issue with folks in Cecil County, and we will come back to it another time. Okay, almost done. Senate Bill 801, State Health Plan, Chesapeake Bay Commission, retirees. Senator Gazzoni.
Senate Bill 801 would effectively correct, I guess, what has turned out to be an omission, allowing the employees, retirees from Chesapeake Bay Commission to participate in the health benefits as a retiree, subject to the same qualifications as any other state employee retiree eligible to participate in the health benefits as a retiree. The bill is introduced, had language that would prohibit them from being charged for the participation of their retirees. DBM submitted an amendment, which you have a reprint before you, and the amendment would just align Chesapeake Bay Commission with the other entities in this same section so that they're on the same footing. They pay the cost attributable to those retirees. And CBC is a participant governmental unit. Their employees are in the pension system.
Senator Eckert?
Yeah, I have a question. Now, is this another new precedent to add retirees of these supplemental entities?
No, there exists, in the provision before you, I mean, you already have Environmental Service, Northeast Maryland Waste Disposal, Baltimore Metropolitan Council, MAFE, City of Hyattsville, should be adding CBC. They already participate as active, my understanding is they already participate as active employees in the health plan. It's just the issue with the retirees.
No, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
And they are in the pension system.
We are adding retirees. And those costs are going to be borne by the state, not the entity,
By
correct?
the entity, under
By
the
the
amendment.
entity. So the entities, but including the retirees, is that a precedent?
No,
Not in these others?
no. There's already.
They're already doing it, okay. are
Yeah,
there-
in the bill before you, the statute, those entities are already in. There's also other statutory provisions that would allow for that.
Are there other entities out there that may be coming
They would have to ask.
to us? Okay, thank you very much.
But this creates a consistent standard where, it maintains the consistent standard where they're paying the cost.
Senator McCray?
I wasn't paying close attention. Philip, so DBM sends me a letter, it looked like 8 days ago. That amendment that you just read, does this address the issue that DBM has?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, that was my question.
Yeah, DBM's concern was that they were being treated differently than these other entities. The amendment treats them the same as the existing entities.
And do we have the amendment?
It
Should
should
have a
be,
reprint,
Okay.
okay, Senator Griffith.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I had the same concerns during the bill hearing. It looks like they've been addressed
Okay.
by the amendment and the reprint, so I would move favorable on the bill with the amendments.
Okay. All those in favor with the bill as amended? We'll just do them one. All right. Senate Bill 801 will go to full committee. Great work, great discussion. We have some homework to do. We are going to have Philip and Formazini have to keep seeing each other early in the morning for pensions because we will have House bills that come over.
Yes.
Before we adjourn, though, I know folks we heard on the floor yesterday, Senate Bill 1005, the Russia divestment bill, came out of rules. And instead of taking it up in this subcommittee, we'll take it up in full committee tomorrow afternoon. So I just want you and everybody listening at home, we'll take up Senate Bill 1005 tomorrow afternoon after.
We're still sorting out, I think probably, we're looking at scheduling it for 12:45, and then you'll go into your subcommittee report outs.
Okay. And with that, thank you very much. We are adjourned.